Oh,
I do not smell like bacon.
as in it looks like a cartoon bacon.
Tess.
Oh,
Actually, to be honest, it's pretty convincing. Like, if I just kind of saw this, like, a little more tattered, like, lying on a desk, I'd honestly think it was bacon at first. From far away, without thinking straight first.
well, kind of a funny story. Which is a really encouraging way to start a fire.
Murr.
Once upon a time, when I was a child, we lived in a place. Unbelievable, I know. And in said place... Step 1. Rain falls from above. Okay, in said place. There was this, like, park, playground kind of place near where we lived, and it had this, like, really shallow pond thing in it. And oh my god, OBS, are we going to have another fucking stream that's just a fucking slideshow, because I will literally eat you alive. And I don't even like raw.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, the most recent victim was Mew, and she seems like the Vor type. Okay, I'll get to the point of this. There was this park
She
playground
does,
thing.
you're right. I'm gonna look that up later.
Oh! There was this, like, artificial pond thing. And my child self looked at it and thought, right, that's in the shape of cartoon meat? Like, you know how in, like Tom and Jerry and, like, that sort of era of cartoons, they would have, like, slabs of ham that are just this kind of perfect, almost yin-yang kind of shape? But I didn't know what kind of meat that was, so I just called it the Bacon Lake. It was ham, and it wasn't even ham.
I'm proud of you, Tess.
Yeah.
The bacon lakin. I like it.
Which reminds me of two other things. While I was out over the weekend, you might be able to see it from here, I'm not sure. But, okay, you see that red, well, that red bucket thing on top of my wardrobe? Well, the box underneath that is just like a wooden, like, train set sort of thing, because I think those are cute. I never had one as a child, and I'm like, okay, that's in a charity shop, I am buying the fuck out of that. And so now I'm a proud owner of a 35-piece wooden train set, and I intend to expand Dong in that regard. I will buy more, because, like, wooden train sets and marble runs are like two child toys that just right into my fucking heart. They're just so nice. And I never had a wooden train thing as a child, so I'm like...
Oh, you poor soul! I had so much. If I knew you back then, I would have just sent it all to you, somehow.
Yeah, because that's a thing you can do at that age. And sort of... in that same trip,
neighbors getting it all.
In that same charity shop, and like while I was paying for it, I'm like, oh shit, is that really only $5.99? And like, it's the trashiest thing, and I love it, because like, it looks really gorgeous, but then if you looked at close up, it's like obviously fake, and so like the sort of the fact that the back is just solid, not silver, but you know that kind of ruins it. But it's just so pretty and iridescent and shit, and. Okay, so for the Danganronpa fan game that I'm working on, I've been, as Heather will know, I've been putting together the like list of like free time event gift items, and one of them is like listed as the I think it's the cheap expensive necklace. Yeah, that's based on this. Other items include magic lasagna, a tiny potted cactus, and the compass. That's my favorite one. It's a compass that points to the nearest compass, which means it's constantly spinning, trying to find itself. It's a metaphor for life.
See, I misread that when you first showed it to me as the compass. So I thought it pointed towards compasses instead of other compasses.
It finds the roundest booty.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
or at least the one that'll compensate the most.
So what, like the
workman's comp ass?
So, like the biggest like discrepancy between other assets and booty size.
Other assets?
You know what I mean? Like...
the biggest discrepancy between other asses and booty. I like it.
Booty. But yeah. Okay, so Heather, did you actually catch up on what happened in the last stream after you fell asleep?
Only as much as you told me, hon. I'll watch it eventually because I plan on rewatching everything Danganronpa eventually.
Well,
That'll
good.
be fun. Oh
So-
wow, I'll sound terrible for like. Well, I'll sound terrible for all of them, but I'll sound really terrible for over half. That's right.
Why?
Oops. What?
Whomst?
Whomst?
Whems?
I don't know. We've been
Okay.
doing this for a while. We'll leave it at that.
True.
No.
Well, anyway, two things. One, if I ever do make Chaos Potentia Est into a full-blown game, I feel like the only way I can distribute it is if I do a Let's Play of it. Like, it's a game that no one else can play, and like that would get around the legal question of, oh, I can't sell this to people, and I can't really give it away for free because of copyright stuff. Guess I'll just play it.
Depends what you're doing that's copyright. I mean, distribution of trademark stuff for free is in no way demanding of legal repercussions, at least stateside.
It might still be a bit
Companies
peculiar.
have been trying to do that for years. Disney, in particular, has been trying to do that for years. That's why a lot of mom and pop shops are no longer allowed to decorate your cake with like your child's drawing of Mickey Mouse.
And I'm just going to be doing this while we discuss what happened in the previous stream. Upbeat humidifier. Yay, humidity. So literally, almost like the second you passed out at the in the previous stream. First of all, I made a really good joke and you missed it, and then after that, we smash cut to Kokichi talking with Monokuma for some reason. He clearly had a plan, and then we went to Mew's virtual world, and then Mew died. And also,
Oh right. Who's the killer? You gotta go over that because you were musing to me. You're musing to me.
well,
At some point.
Well, my initial prediction from way back when would... I would like to finger Gonta.
Yes, but who do you think is the killer?
But anyway, so what happened is we went into the virtual world, and having watched the stream back and given it some thought, bearing in mind, like, it was really, like, stressed that, hey, Mew, you're the one who made this map on the wall, right? It wasn't Monokuma, and she's like, yeah, so what? And I was talking through my thoughts to Heather when I was explaining to her what she'd missed, and I'm pretty sure that, yes, the map does wrap around, but what we think of as the middle of the map is actually the edge, and what is the edge is actually the middle, and there's just this giant black wall, and that's how we were able to hear Kibo shouting, even though we were in the, supposedly, on the opposite end of the map, because, like, I feel as though everything is halfway further along than we think it is, and the loading zone is just the right edge of the map connecting with the left edge of the map, which, like, that explains everything. I mean, that's not even a prediction so much as an observation, anyway. And yes, the non-alcoholic drink of immortality. Very important. But is it a magic lasagna, though? Okay, I'll stop at 810. But, I mean, look at this repeat rate. We've got so many, almost all of them's. Because this game is bunny apples. This game is... Okay, I said I was going to stop at 810. This game is generous with its coins. Anyway, we should go and investify. This should be a relatively short-ish stream anyway, because, like, it's just an investigation phase, and those tend to be... Like, in the previous game they were about an hour, and now they're like 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40, so...
Oh, we're just doing the investigation today. I had no idea. Oops.
Yes, we didn't do any investigating last time. Like, that's my one criticism of Chapter 4 so far. The virtual world is just, like, 90% dialogue so far. Anyway.
I mean, to be fair, they did the same thing in the second game, but it was really good for a one-off. The fact that they're repeating it in the next Chapter 4 is just kind of irking me a bit.
And it's done... It's done well here. Like, it's repeating the funhouse, but, like, it's not immediately apparent until you look back and think, oh, hey, they did this before. Also, ding dong bing bong.
Ding dong dong ding! Yeah?
Oh, wait, you're all already here. Yeah, because we were all crammed into the Xbox. Better than beer and fucking.
What?
it just reminds me, I don't know what the origin of it is. Also, Gunter is barefoot. I don't know if that's relevant.
Are you just registering this now? He's been barefoot the whole time.
Has he? I've not been looking at his feet. I'm not a footman.
Tess, I'm proud of you.
That's nice.
But yeah, I was gonna say a thing, and I've forgotten what it was already. I love this. I love this. just hang on. I'm gonna get a screenshot and just send it to Alex out of context later. I do that every stream at this point. Yay! I finally get to be a foul-mouthed asshole in yellow text.
Well, I read it wrong at first, so that's even better.
Oh yeah. Also, Monotaro just sort of imprinted on Mew, like, oh, she is mommy.
Oh.
But see, everyone else loves Mew, and I'm just like, the best thing to come out of her was the "You Irumored in the Wrong Neighborhood" video.
That's not the only thing that came out of her, though.
That's terrible.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Rippin' Pepe.
Weird.
But yeah, it was fairly obvious that Kokichi was planning something, and I forget my reasoning, but I feel as though the whole virtual world thing was Mew planning something, and Kokichi's kind of fucked with her plans, and now that's why Mew's the one who died, because, like, all the arrangements that made the virtual world fucky, like, those were Mew's doing. So, she told us, oh, that's the edge of the map, but that might not be true, and if that is the case, like, first of all, there's no way she accidentally knocked the sign into the river. That looked very deliberate.
Hey.
And... are we supposed to suspect Kaito? Because I'm not having it. But actually, Heather, did you see the "You Irumored in the Wrong Neighborhood" video?
No, I don't think I've ever been
it's very
blessed
good.
with that one.
It's very good.
You'll have to show me.
I will.
After the shit I've sent you. I mean, I should hope you would.
What?
All the others finished gasping in terror already.
By the way.
So...
Kaito, why would you say something so suspicious? Suspicious?
Which means...
Was she the murdered or the murderer? Well, she's dead, so that kind of narrows down our options a bit.
It was a suicide. The entire virtual world was just an elaborate suicide plan.
Okay.
Oh, so Kaito got force quat.
Damn it.
You know, the past tense of quit, it's quat. Like, come quat. You will need an appetite.
Hold on.
Hey.
I don't remember the exact words to that, but I know you do, Heather, because you're the one who informed me of the kumquat thing.
Right?
What, you mean, how to eat a kumquat? Follow these steps. To enjoy this delicious and funnily named fruit, you will need water, a
Don't screw
kumquat,
around.
and an appetite. That whole thing?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all of it.
Oh dear. I don't want to climb inside Mew's asshole, thank you very much.
Now then.
It bothers me. He keeps saying also. It bothers me that I know the I think it's the Esperanto word for us. It's either Esperanto or Afrikaans. Their word for anus.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say yum to that.
Mommy!
Yeah,
Hey!
but
Stop it!
I mean...
But yeah, I'm the only one who never had Mew as a waifu. So clearly, I'm the suspect, despite not being in the game.
no.
Kokichi grandma.
Make it happen.
Gonta, idiot.
Oh, Gonta, daddy.
Shuichi. Huh? Listen up.
Ah, yes, we have this game's answer to Team Sonic, and by that I mean Harry Potter.
Ah,
What?
well, you know.
Harry Potter's Wonderful World of Child Murder Simulation?
Yes. May I see it?
Yes. Well, no, everyone can see it by downloading that new The Wizarding World of Harry Potter mobile game, in which there's literally nothing you do except pay to do things faster.
Okay.
It's worse than a visual novel. It hurts.
You really don't get it.
Ugh.
Gone to Daddy was only in the corner of the stream because we were playing Dream Daddy at the time.
But
And then I brought Sir Hat in as well.
Don't worry about it. I believe in you.
See, I enjoy Kaito. I think all of the appreciation that I was supposed to have for Mew got misdirected into Kaito instead.
Are we not supposed to appreciate Kaido? I've liked him too.
I mean,
Way more than I thought I would.
begin the Scrum debate then. Or debate Scrum, I can never remember which way around the words are.
The incredible bromance he's got going on with Shuichi is adorable, and I never want to lose that. I totally ship them.
Puff buddies!
just saying.
Continue.
So there's that. There's definitely that. Basically, I get the impression that Kaido is Shuichi's bounce-back relationship, which it wouldn't be surprising if that makes Kaido a murderer in Chapter 5, and Shuichi has to go through the Taka character development for the last chapter, or something.
Oh yeah, I heard about that as well. Sir Hat made it into like, of all the Sammarinese entries, Sir Hat making it into the Billboard charts before anyone else. That's impressive. But also, I love how the Monokuma file isn't specifying the cause of death, which says to me that like, that's gonna be that's gonna be important unless it specifies further. Because as things immediately stand, that can already point to, like, it looked like strangulation or asphyxiation at first, but if there are no external wounds, that means there would be no bruising. And typically if you strangled someone, there would be bruises, which was kind of the crux of Case 3 of the previous game. That then moves on to potentially either poisoning or possibly drowning. But then they wouldn't do that twice in one game. Or would they? I don't know. But we did have assorted poisons in the Ultimate Detective Lab, so that would incorporate stuff that we've discovered this chapter. Spitting on my pop filter.
so that means, it's true.
Or it could also be like, I don't know, some sort of shock. You know, electric, anaphylactic, toxic. You know, someone just shoved one of those, like, cleansing teabag things right up inside her to do like a tea vagina detox, and it put her into toxic shock syndrome, and then she died. Maybe she had gonorrhea.
Yes.
Well, Mew's dead, confirmed.
Wow.
Grody, is that even a word?
Hey, it's nothing. Right?
What, Brody?
A cum toilet. What?
But,
That's a few different fetishes rolled into one.
No. And Laura just repeating it out of context, just for shits and giggles. So it seems that Mew was... like, she died while she was in the virtual world, or so it seems. Which would explain... In fact, that is consistent with what we saw, because in the virtual world, we didn't actually see this, but we were told that her avatar in-game, or in the virtual world, was just, like, standing still, which would make sense if she was still logged in. Well, that's the thing. If she was killed inside the program, then she'd be comatose. But she's definitely dead as far as we can tell, which says to me that she was killed by someone in the real world. Someone logged out and killed her. Also, we can talk to the Mono Babies.
Mommy!
Helpful. Monophyly's just deep in thought. But I suspect someone killed her in the real world and then went back into the game to get an alibi or something? I don't know.
Monotaro.
See, this would be more impactful if Monotaro had imprinted on her a bit sooner than right before she died.
you're right.
Maybe that's kind of the point. They're like the really fleeting.
And Monotaro is kind of the new personality every chapter kind of situation.
Hey,
mean, that's true as well. Wasn't there one chapter where he was trying, like, there was one where he was faking trying to be a leader. There was one where he was trying to be the tough guy, like his father. So yeah, I can definitely see that. Now he's just the lost child. Poor kid. Or poor Taro, rather.
Oh, Mono Kid with his Chapter 1 rock-hard rager. I almost miss him.
But... jeez.
Thank you. Oh.
Yeah, they couldn't cross the river because we saw Mew do the
Because-
thing to whittle the woodle and lead a loop of people. You know, to make the thing go flush down the river.
Everything must flush. Everything must go. Fire sale!
They all flush down here.
Oh no.
Even the boobs. We were talking about floating boobs earlier.
Oh, that's right. My boobs are buoyant.
You're so
it's
dumb.
a fat float. I'm fat.
By the
no.
way-
Gonta don't know. How'd this happen?
Oh, Gonta Daddy.
How can this be?
I love how Kokichi and
It's
Gonta
true.
are actually becoming really close too. Like, despite the fact that Kokichi's an asshole, but it's good.
Hey! I'm disappointed.
Sorry,
I mean, they
Gonta, idiot.
did go off as a pair during the like the pre-murder phase,
Hey!
which does kind of seem suspicious. Like, Kokichi was clearly planning something, like, just for this entire chapter. Also, I don't know how neither of us got this, but I'm watching the stream back. Like, the motive for this case was supposed to be the card thing. Maybe that's for the secret room in the library that we both forgot about. Like,
Ah!
it's not just me then, because I was like, we've not seen anywhere we can use this, apart from, you know, the entire
Don't
fucking
do his
crux of
best.
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
And also, as I said in the Discord server, which Heartbeat could attest to, I did figure out potentially what the graffiti says. And it did offer, like, if you fill it in full,
That's right.
then... Actually, no, I don't remember. I basically, I showed my findings to Heather, anyway. You can go back through our extensive history and find it if it tickles your floating breasts.
What?
Yeah.
Don't screw around.
But there's so much to go through. I'll find it. Don't worry.
But basically, I took a screenshot of the stream and then just sort of filled in the gaps, and I think I figured it out. Well, that's the thing, because we were told in order to log out, you'd have to say your name into the phone. So if you were to say someone else's name into the phone, would that log them out?
Ooh.
Which, like, I doubt that unless someone had administrator privileges, Mew. But then, what if he just said his own name really loudly and the phone downstairs heard it? Like, he's on the roof, like, I am Kaito Momota, Luminary. Ah, fuck.
Hey!
Just wakes up with the VR helmet on, like, ah, fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
My bad. Shut up! Don't screw around.
Shuichi!
I misread the word biased as bees. You can't be bees. You simply can't. It's not possible. Tsumugi, what are you swatting flies at over there? Which reminds me, I was filming my next Patreon video today. Like, for once, it's actually going to be up on time. Holy shit! But while I
Oh, is that the one you ran the part of the script by me the other day?
yeah, in fact, that was yesterday.
Okay.
But yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the virtual world, by the way.
yesterday?
We're having a flashback from the virtual world. Oh yeah, and Tsumugi saw Mew out the window when she should have been on, like, the other side of the map, which says to me we were in the middle of the map and not at the edge after all. But yeah, so I filmed the Patreon video, and, like, there are some fun outtakes, but that's only accessible to people who pledge $10 or more. But still, there's a point where, like, this tiny fly keeps flying at me while I'm trying to deliver a serious line, and I'm just like, and my next point, fly, and it's just fun. Pledge at least $10 to me per video.
Hey! My bad.
Y'all can do it. I believe in you. You can watch outtakes. Tess is adorable.
Have you seen how cute the virtual world is?
I'm seeing it now. It looks exactly like the art style for floppin'.
Most
whatever
generic
it's called.
mobile games?
Evoland. Evoland.
Oh yeah.
Except, I mean, everyone's eyes are more dead, and I like that.
But anyway, yeah, the fact that we heard Kibo's voice when he was supposed to be near the chapel, which is supposedly on the eastern edge of the map, and we were on like the westernmost edge of the map, and we heard his voice from the west, that says to me that the map isn't aligned the way we previously thought.
Okay.
I know I'm like having 3 conversations at once, like, well, okay, talking to Heather, talking to myself, commenting on the game, and commenting on the chat, so it's like 4 different conversations. It's a fantastic time.
This is what chatting is. Welcome to the life of a streamer. You finally upgraded from Let's Player to Let's Streamer. Yay!
I play as well, including today's disappointing piddle-ass episode of Sly.
Oh, that's right. There's more Sly. I forgot about that. I'll have
It's
to look into that.
it's not even 10 minutes long.
Oh, is it exactly what I think it is?
What?
That depends on what you're thinking.
You opened up that one safe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was it.
Oh no, I tried the timepiece challenges.
Oh, good. Okay, just making sure.
Operative word is
Because
tried.
that would have been the best
Don't
thing
screw
ever.
around.
This entire manuscript is written in owl. You'll have to open. You'll have to come back after defeating the dastardly criminal behind all this.
And then, like, immediately you come back and it's like, oh, is that really it? Is that really it? So, you know.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a bit more broken than it is. Like, that's like there are other upgrades in the game that you could put in that final vault that would make more sense, like the not taking damage when you fall off a cliff kind of, or like, oh, you get an extra hit point. Even then, that would be a bit late for that as well. But yes, I much prefer Victoria Sponge over standard wedding cake anyway. I love the way the loud noise is depicted as truthful. It's just Tsubuki and Shuichi going, also, supposedly there was a secret of the outside world hidden inside the virtual world, and we found nothing.
Okay.
Of
Thing
course.
is, there's a strong possibility that Mew already found it and just lied when she was, like,
Dad.
fiddling the world, because she had to program the world before we went in to make sure that it wasn't death.
Right?
So,
Right.
I don't trust her not to have fiddled with some flavors.
Yeah. Whoa. That's so
Sassbot.
That's wrong. Oh.
I do look like, for all the idea that I do take Kibo's side in anything involving Kokichi, I do love how they're like a little married couple. And
Is
Gonta's
this
just
what
like,
marriage is to you?
well, no, you know my stance on those sorts of things, but just Gonta is like their pet dog. Husband and husband, and they hate each other and it's cute. Sweden at home. I don't know. In fact, Laura, I don't know if you've even seen the outtake reel, so that is a thing. I do know that in the outtakes reel from the Knight's Journey of Dreams month, the last 3 minutes of that is just Heather freaking out about the Economal, so that's cool.
Oh. Ah.
I forgot I left that in.
Well,
Oh. Well, good.
that's true.
Okay, so there is a possibility here that Mew was killed in the virtual world, but that still caused fatal shock syndrome, which is like, I did say shock, so I'm not going to rule out death in the real world, and just, oh, she might have died in the virtual world, like that could just be a,
Oh.
like the game trying to throw us off, so I think it still could be either.
Right? Oh, man.
Oh, Lozzie, be not afraid of Source. I don't hold it against you. I don't hold Source against you.
Well,
Also, Mew didn't tell us that you can die in the virtual world, probably because she was planning something. Warps and special transportation like mounts.
I see.
You can't mount anyone.
Boring.
Thank you.
But that implies that she could have added them, which
But-
means that, like, if warps aren't possible, then that almost rules out the thing that I said before. But, like, no matter what, there has to be some degree of warping, because the sign thing that was being used as a bridge left the east side of the map and turned up on the west, according to what's put on the wall in the mansion.
What are you talking
But we can pass through the loading zone, whether that's the middle of the map or the edge and wrapping around or what. So there is some degree of warping in there. Norway on the bus. Finland spreading gossip down at the church.
But
I feel like the fact that a map is split into two halves and we're just swapping the halves is a lot less convoluted than
Working
the
out
crazy
the
elevator
octagon.
nonsense. Yeah, I mean, I loved that because it was so out there and trying so hard to be something so ridiculous. This, at the very least, like, I don't know, doesn't feel nearly as, like, nutty as that, so I'm not sure why they spent so long on it.
Also,
Except that they were really proud of their mechanics for the inside the virtual world top-down view thing. That's really cute, so.
Monotaro just now. Ever since I forgot that I'm bad at computers, I've been good with computers.
I don't care.
huh?
You're a strange one, Monotaro.
Oh,
I want you.
I don't give a fart about the rules. That's like the best.
I do love how naive Monotaro is.
Farewell.
Like, I love that all of the Mono children have had their own personalities.
So what?
But Monodam is best there, though.
Thanks.
I bet.
I mean, Mama Dem kind of
No.
goes, like, far above and beyond. It's like trying to expect an episode of...
Okay.
I was about to go into a My Little Pony rant. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna spare the chat.
Yeah, please don't taint me. Taint.
I'm so... There we go. Just making sure. I mean, you do stare at horse paint for the majority of that,
His hands are going at such an intense speed
of
that the
that
friction
show,
is creating
so
fire.
you're not wrong. But regardless, but like I don't know. When I think of like bests, oftentimes there's like one thing
Okay.
which is far and above unattainable because it's basically cheating its way to the top.
this-
Not to say that There Will Be Blood is not the best film I've ever seen in my life, and not to say that Bayonetta isn't the best game I've ever played in my life, but there's a lot of things about those that obviously jump them up that high, like,
Hey.
regardless of actual quality. And so, in a lot of ways, Monodem is kind of that monokid for monocup for me. Because I mean, they're all good though. It's just Monodem is special.
Well,
I sort of tuned out for that completely just because we got new evidence, and supposedly the in-game world wasn't altered, which throws the whole warp point thing into question. But then there's also a what the fuck do you call it? A list of logs. The toilet. Thing is, as soon as the possibility arises that Mew could have been killed in the game world, that does mean that that everyone's still kind of a suspect. Okay, so there were some
Or-
rewrites.
Or some nutty, slow-acting poison she took before
Okay.
even entering the world.
As in before entering the virtual world or entering
Yes.
chapter 1.
Oh fuck.
She was dying from the beginning now. That's clearly Kaito, as we've seen. Like that's not even under dispute at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's analyzing the crap out of the program.
that's true.
Right, who have I not? Have I spoken to Kokichi Grandpa yet? Kokichi, you fuck. Just interrupted his wailing. Monotaro, do I need to react to your ass?
Okay.
So what, are we just recapping what we already know? See, I think the fact they're putting so much emphasis on if you die in the game, you die for real, like that feels like it's setting up to be like a bait and switch. She died in the real world. Fourth. Oh yeah, I did see on Wikipedia about how do you even say it? Like Niepobudziemi? Which like I've not listened to it, but I did see that it had been selected, and also that Georgia has their singer, and Wales is joining, and I'm happy for them. Thank you for assisting us, Monotaro. Why? What interests me as well is the fact that at the top of the page, like, I'm assuming this was just done to conserve space, but like, 2302, Himiko Tsurugi Kaito Kibo Shuichi login, like that's all on one line. But then, further down, we've got 655, Kibo, log out, 655, Hibiko, log out, 655, Michael, like, why are they all listed separately? I'm assuming it's because they logged out, but still, that seems like a weird thing to specify. Like, they get separate lines because they logged out at the same time, whereas if you log in at the same time, you're all put on one line. Like, there's no way that means something, but still.
The question I would have for that is that an indication that in order to get in, you need some kind of approval for someone else or something like that? In which case, I mean, my first thought with this is that, like, one command logs them all in, but they all logged out individually, even if it's at the same time.
Oh, it's a bottle. Huh? Tama Erdilashvili. Yay. I feel like it's going to be a very long fuck until Wales enters adult Eurovision, just because it has to be them or the UK, so if they're in, then England has to enter as England, and Scotland would have to take part separately, and so on. But I think technically, Wales could do that if they just submitted the application before the BBC does, and then they would be forced to represent only England, because they can't claim the UK, because that would be double jeopardy.
That's...
I love how, like, remarkably simplistic and petty that gets, too.
Wow, this poison is lethal. Really, Kokichi? Wow, I thought this poison would give me mad gains. Turns out the only thing it makes you gain is death.
No, don't knock until you try it. Except don't try it, please.
By the way,
Oh.
That's awful. Like, how could poison make you explode anyway?
No.
anyway,
And I say this with all the cases of Chaos Potentia S running through my head as I'm like, has this game upstaged me? I wonder. I do like Chapter 4 of my game, but I shall say nothing of it. Thing is, if the broadcasters take
That
it in,
was Chapter 4, that's right! Okay, sorry.
I would ask to elaborate, but don't elaborate because spoilers. But
No, I just remembered, that's it.
yeah, I want to say Chapter 4 is my favorite, but I do like a lot of. I like Chapter 2 as well. Anyway,
Dude, what you did with Chapter 1 is friggin' mind-blowing.
I'm impressed that people are okay with what I did with Chapter 1, because if you just have the truth bullets, it's like really obscure, and then the trial kind of helps elucidate it, I think.
You don't say.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
Here are all of the truth bullets. Who done it? Oh, no. The rest of those I all really enjoyed solving them.
it's just that Chapter 1 has
but-
the fewest truth bullets, so it takes a bit more gumption.
Chapter 3 was Bathhouse, right?
Chapter 4 is Bathhouse. Chapter 3 is Rec Room.
Right, okay, yeah, then yes, definitely Chapter 4 is my favorite.
Good. I believe that was one I wrote first as well. Much like Insly Cooper. Chapter 4 was
It
written first
wasn't
out
the
of those.
first you told me about, though. I think you went...
I think I
what
went
was it?
42315, I think.
Okay, then I heard about 3... I heard about 2, then I heard about 3, then I heard about 4, and by that time you already had 5 and 6 already laid out. 6, you're just doing more with Mel.
Hey.
It's cute.
No.
I like watching your mind work.
You're
It's
welcome.
good.
And yeah, just on like if UK broadcasters were to take it in turns, that would mean that like every year we'd have like returning country Wales, Scotland, England, withdrawing country UK, and then the following year withdrawing countries Wales, Scotland, England, and then returning country UK. Like it would get really like irritating really quickly. So it should either be all in
I
or
see.
one or the other.
Is it considered a withdrawing country if parts of it entertain the idea of representing the whole?
Oh.
Because that'd be
Yes.
kind of cool.
Because
Okay.
they're participating as a different entity. So it's considered that the UK would withdraw and then like Wales would debut and then return in subsequent years. I'm just going on Wikipedia
Yeah.
terminology. Oh, that's a. Oh, I remember that.
Still thinking this is the first step to UK-exit or whale exit, depending on how you like your puns.
All right.
First of all, that reminds me of like all the other like European country disappearing like puns like departugal, withdraw saw, Italy, check out, Sweden. San Marino.
Well.
But yeah, I'm guessing the person who runs that online song contest isn't from Britain and has never been to Britain, and that's where they don't understand how the UK works.
My bad.
Germany
Bypress.
Thank goodness.
I am fond of departugal and checkout, though.
Germany Vict is gonna stick with me, but other than that, yes.
Ireland.
Hey.
All right already.
Okay. Thank goodness. So that means
But what if someone kills someone while we're still in the world? But then if it were to circle around like that, then every year you'd have a country withdrawing needlessly. Like, I know there was a Scottish MP that suggested that, and like, why when you can have them all at once apart from the UK? Like, why would you even bother not taking part when you can? Well, how does he even reel then?
So the red cord goes in the right side and the blue cord in the left, yeah?
I love how just Mew is just dead in this picture because she's dead.
Yeah, let's.
Everyone else is sitting just fine. Oh, so you're what, logging back in even though somebody could die? You think we're gonna have another double kill?
If you're that worried,
Just
why don't you
me.
use one that's already set up?
Oh, hang on, my foot did a weird. Okay, hold on. I'm grabbing my toe because that's how you fix foot weirds and leg weirds. Yeah, are we going to find out what happens if you get the chords wrong? Because red, right, ooh, tig, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Everything's backwards. Clearly it was the yeast pastry pantry vision. Specifically. Because this is a song about singing a song, and this is a song about flavor cake. To steal someone else's memes and references. We are in the room. You find yourself in a room.
Attack me a podcast!
Great, huh?
I did not.
Did not kill her. I did not.
You know,
So yes,
Hi, Kibble.
see, in the previous stream, we were getting some like
100%.
ultimate assassin backstory, and I said, you know, cool story, Marky, and you weren't even here for it.
Damn it! Ah. So anyway, how's your assassin life?
Okay.
Well, I suppose choosing entry for the UK. I mean, maybe, but like the BBC is the one that has all the money, though.
That's right.
Hey, we can finally... we can be 5 complete friends who clump happily, or else I'll get aggressive. We need to check the mapple before we go to the chapel. I would say, why is the salon coloured in yellow, but I guess it's because it's the log-out room. Have we ever been to the toilet in the virtual world?
You should totally go there the moment that it's not all talking. Don't tell me they created all these custom animations and don't even give you the freedom to roam wherever you want.
I mean, maybe. I suppose we were discussing in the previous stream, like, oh, did they make, like, avatars for, like,
Hey,
the people who
Shuichi.
were dead before they get to the virtual world? And apparently, no, they did not. Like, so that there isn't, like, a bobble-headed Ryoma, which would just be glorious to look at.
I'm sure fan art has provided.
Shuichi!
Happy clappy Christian chappies in the apple clapple Christian. I still can't say it without dying. I'd nearly forgotten.
That's the best!
That's wrong.
Happy clappy Christian chappies in the apple clapple Christian chapels. It won't let me toilet. Kibo, you have emo hair from the side.
What happened?
He found a strange... What's strange? Ooh, toilet paper! The toilet!
That's right. Huh? Which means...
My initial thought was that someone may have come here to defecate.
No. Huh?
But... That's the thing though. Stuff can't break in the virtual world, so you could use toilet paper for strangle purposes.
Ooh. Ooh!
I mean, you could use it for other stuff too, I guess. Like, just literally just scrub the literal shit out of your anus. I want to do a little lap of the house, because, like, I wanted to check back here before, and I don't think I got to.
Wow, thanks, Twitch. I just got notifications that you went live.
Wow. Is that why people sometimes turn up so late to my streams?
It could very well be, although I've never had Twitch dick someone over like that before.
I misread the sign. I thought it just said millennials. Just on the...
Oh
Okay,
no.
Those Mirai Hills. Just
you know...
millennials be like, I can't cross this river, it's a river.
Ah. But...
Shuichi!
Of the toilet.
I found it.
Now, clearly they used the toilet paper to make a ropeway. I just wanted to make a reference to Chapter 2, because, like, as far as I've seen, like, reactions to Chapter 2 are just generally, who the fuck would think of the word ropeway? And I'm like, well, I did. I thought it was fairly obvious.
As I thought.
Okay, she's face down. Was that a flip phone?
So...
Was she secretly AI Junko?
Why is there a bridge in every chapter?
What?
Unfortunately.
Because in chapter 2 there was the rope bridge. In this one there's that bridge crossing over the river. You could argue that last chapter there was a spiritual bridge being
Actually.
explored.
Dope.
I don't remember if there was one for chapter 1 though. Although that no,
Rube
there was
Goldberg
because the
bridge.
vents, the friggin' vents.
Okay.
With the thing and the Okay, bridges are officially a theme in this game. I fully expect there to be a bridge next chapter, and then that'll play into the ending somehow.
And Chapter 6 is just the bridge between hope and despair.
Ah, shit. What
Yeah.
if that's the name of the chapter?
No.
Tess, you just said it.
No.
Tess, you just said it.
It wasn't a prediction, though.
Hush you.
Also, we have a hammer, but there was supposed to be no weapons here. Another bathroom. Well, I mean, we saw it in the rooftop bit. We stood on it and everything, I think.
I see.
No.
Oh, Himiko. At least you can't speak slowly in the secret world. The secret world. You know the secret world? Secret being the opposite of real. Lattice near the chapel. You know, holy chicken Kiev.
But
Okay.
She looks so small. And then ring, 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 banana phone.
Ah,
Come on, man. Of course.
He's so
It's
cute.
no baloney. It ain't a phony.
You know,
is that all right?
You got me going, so I can't say bye-bye.
Cellular, modular, interactive, modular, ring, ring, ring,
Ring, ring, ring, ring, ring, ring, ring. Banana phone.
Ooh! It's a remote confuck!
Ooh.
And you could use other people's names and log them out.
All right.
But is that both phones or just this one? Because like this could just be like an admin privilege thing. I should apologize for that later.
Well. Yes.
He heard secrets. Oh, that. Okay, so Kokichi and Mew made plans to meet,
Yes.
which just further throws suspicion onto both of them.
Then, well, you're right.
Well, if the map does wrap the way I said it does, then... But maybe Kibo's mind is just so advanced that it's compatible with a human brain interface. But yeah, if to our right is the left of the mansion, then it would make perfect sense. Assuming that, once again, admin privilege, she gives herself the ability to transcend the void.
Shuichi!
We've finished investifarting.
uh,
You can put stuff inside your clothes. We must frisk Mew's wandering boobs. I'm not sure. Like, I was looking for a gerund or an adjective or something. I don't know why wandering was the first thing to come to mind. Like, she's dead, and her breasts have just detached and have started just bouncing around the virtual world. Like, because it's virtual, there's no air resistance. They just, like, bounce like a fucking pong ball or something. Just both boobs just bouncing at every conceivable surface they can boing off.
As I thought.
I spaced out for around 3 seconds. That was a wonderful sentence to come back up.
You're welcome. Bouncing boobs, that is all. Infinite boob bounce.
Infinite
Shuichi.
boob bounce of buoyancy.
They all float down here. Nya!
Waha! Waha! Waha!
Pennywise, Waluigi, what's the difference? Wah.
Hey there, Georgie. You want a balloon?
It fits as well. It just makes too much sense.
Ah, very flawed.
Sorry. Okay.
stop.
You know,
Rooftop backwards is pot four. Hopeless is an anagram of pea slosh. Moist.
It'll be okay.
Well, as it is, if you spell moist with 2 O's, it's the Dutch word for, like, most beautiful.
Hey now.
I mean, really, when you think about it, that makes perfect sense, doesn't
Sorry.
But what is Heartbeat doing mint green in the chat here? It's like some sort of cheesy kind of, like if you leave cheese out for too long, sort of some sort of autumn auburn, and yet in the chat like baby diarrhea yellow.
Well then.
I mean these as compliments.
it? You know, all the school pizza that we had if you left it out, it would change color after like 5 minutes, and it always turned like bright green. So like,
That's some fast acting mold.
yeah, Yeah, right. Well, welcome to school lunches here in America.
That's true.
See, green is also a shade of baby shit. So there's that. And yes, the mat. We found it here before, and it's now over by the happy clappy Christian chappies in their happle clapple Christian chapels. I was paying attention because I wondered if you could stand on it without falling through it, and because it is a separate object, yes. Heartbeat, why are you so many colours?
Could be worse. As I recall, last time I checked, a certain wolf has magically changed colors multiple times while in chat, and that's still something I'm trying to get over.
Okay.
Which one? Because I have two at this point.
There's another wolf? Oh yeah, Tristan. How did I forget about Tristan? Sorry.
How could you forget about Tristykins?
He's not my girlfriend, all right?
I refuse to
no.
testify.
Look, you, as flattered as I would be. Hi, Tristan. You're probably listening to this. But no. I already have a wolf. I
Well,
also technically already have a fox, and you ask, I also have a lion. So I mean, there's that. I don't need any more. But
as I thought.
But Tristan has a lion too, and it may be the same one. Also, bearing in mind, officially, I'm not gay, and yet I'm too gay for you. Apparently, Tristan is definitely too gay for you.
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Everything I've ever learned about Tristan makes him sound really nice, though. So
Yes.
call me.
No.
I see.
Okay, so the rooftop can be locked. Oh, Maki is here. Oh, hi, Maki.
I told you.
Oh, Monotaro finished the thing, but I want to check the toilet. Also, why did you leave the flip phone?
Okay.
You could log everyone else out
Shuichi.
to get them off your tailbone.
I don't wanna.
Then.
Ah, there was a typo. We should go to. You mean
Hey.
go to? Or are you trying to subtly tell me that go to
It's
Gokuhara?
Well,
Thank you.
We're having a heart to heart to heart. Because one of us has two hearts! With her pumpkin hair. Her hair is Pumpkin Hill. Plot twist of the centurillennium.
Oh no.
At 5 in the eve to morning moon. That moment when it's 9 in the afternoon and your eyes are still normal size.
What? Not gonna ask.
Okay.
Oh right, lion. Never mind.
Meow.
by the way. Well,
Sorry.
I love how, like, some of the characters do have voice lines where they say their own name, and Shuichi, it's just, like, when he's locking out, he's like, and then he's gone. Me.
Shuichi!
Hey.
Kokichi, you fuck. See, if I were in this game, that would be one of my voice lines. That is one thing that I have been considering. And I did ask for some input from Alex as well, just because I don't know how many, like, what would you even call those? I've been calling them ambient voice lines, like when they have dialogue, but it's like, for any situation, like, it's not specifically reading out a line, it's just, like, you know, like Shuichi being like, or no, that's wrong. Like those ones that can be used in multiple situations. I don't know how many each character has, and if I did, then I would start making them for Chaos Potentiest. I just know that at least 3 of Tess's would just be meow in different tones of voice.
It's a lie.
Only 3? Really?
At
Wow,
least
you're
3.
being restrained. I'm proud of
Is
you.
that alright?
And I do also know that if Alex gets a rebuttal showdown at any point in that game, then his interjection will be just full-on Sonic Adventure 2 style, I'll make you eat those words! I run that by him, and he's okay with the idea. And if Tess ever objects...
Non-dialogue interjection, by the way.
What?
Non-dialogue interjections.
Fair enough.
Sorry, continue.
Okay.
If Tess ever works up the social clout to object as well, then it would be something like, I don't know, like, you shut your fuck.
See, I was just expecting meow.
And then just cut straight to the Battle Showdown music. Which reminds me, I could debut here and now. I've come up with 2 new trial gimmicks. One I will keep a secret, and the other is the Rebuttal Royale. It's like a mass panic debate, but also a Rebuttal Showdown. And it's just glorious.
That's... Right?
Oh, Kokichi Grandma.
Hey!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be born soon. I forgot about that.
What?
Anyway.
I keep forgetting that I exist.
What?
Shuichi!
Well, he's Kokichi. Kokichi in the salon, Sweden at home. Also, I
I
think
was expecting Sweden at the sack there, but
also, I think I accidentally, like, you know how the cursor makes like a whoop sound when you hover over something you can click on? I think I accidentally just did that to the rhythm of the Super Mario Bros. Theme, so that was cool.
Okay.
Underestimate the power of the evil eye. The toilet. Okay, so Mew definitely fucked with the fuck stick.
Got a minute?
She took a ride on the disco stick.
So...
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So she deleted everything except the hammer, and that was on purpose. So it does seem like she had a plan.
Then
Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Okay, so the maps were specifically designed by Mew in that case. Oh wait, no, like the map, oh right. For some reason I interpreted map as like area, but no, as in map, as in cartograph showing the layout of the land.
By the way,
here is the map. Where do you want to go? Great. Sorry.
I'm the map!
I've been. I'm the map. 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 Shuichi and his friends need to get to the other side of the virtual world.
Okay, so Mew was a non-human object, by the way.
What?
Everyone's either human or a non-human object, and everyone was the former, but Mew was the latter. And theory, bearing in mind how we found the signboard, if that did indeed pass through the void and come back around, that says to me, at the very least, non-human objects can pass through the void, even if human characters can't, which means that Mew could basically be wherever she wanted.
that's...
Ooh.
Well,
So...
She added a wall that didn't really exist, which is probably the void.
Da da da.
Yeah, so she added a wall that runs the length of the y-axis, which would be, as we're currently... Hang on, I'm going to actually... there we go. So that would be here, but, like, also here, because it would be, like... If it runs to, like, 1 unit this way, and one... Like, if the wall is a thickness of 2 units, 1 on either side, so the wall would be here and there at the same time, runs along the entirety of the y-axis, there we go. I've solved science.
Ba-ba-da.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Antarctica's butt buddy pie.
Hey! Okay!
Well, that just confirms that the void is just one wall. Shuichi, what kind of ultimate detective are you if you haven't figured this out already? It's both. They're both the same wall. There we go. There we fucking go. Non-human objects can pass through the wall. So the void was a fake wall all along.
I see.
It was like that wall along.
Oh boy.
Ah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Ooh. She wanted to play a game of freeze tag.
Then
Oh.
It was Kokichi wanted to play freeze tag with Kokichi Grandma. Like, if it runs both ways, like, if he comes into contact with Mew, he gets frozen, so he just lean forward, honk boob, he's just stuck in a perma-honk position.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
How suspect. That is a lot of truth.
Ah. So.
Oh. An error? Who died?
Well,
So there was an error, we just don't know what it was. Well, was someone not plugged in properly, or... Wow. You know how I said that in this game it tends to be 90 to 100 minutes, and we're at... Okay. We're at 65 minutes.
Time for the
And it's wrapping up, basically. You sure you don't want to do the trial today?
I mean, that would take several hours, and you have places to be.
you know, that thing where everyone stands
I
in
don't
a
want to have to
circle
be those places,
and
though.
talks
Do you
about
know
the
what,
dead
like, a
body.
hassle it's gonna be to, like, clean around a treadmill? Because I can't carry it down. Never mind. It's a mess. That's
No
the
energy?
takeaway.
Me? No, I'm
I mean,
excited.
I could extend this slightly by going to the casino if that tickles your pancreas.
I'm
Go
just
for it.
taking a little
I don't
break
care.
right now. When I'm done, I'll be my usual energized self.
I mean, it's not my decision to make. You have an audience and you're streaming for a reason. Otherwise, it'd be your decision, but you've given up that freedom
That's all.
for your audience. I don't know why I made that sound sexual. Wasn't intended to.
You're right.
Not usually that big into BDSM, so I'm still need to invest in rope,
What?
though.
Thank you.
That's so mean. Thanks.
See, my current theory is that Mew was planning to kill Kokichi. Kokichi somehow either knew about this or found out about this and wanted to kill Mew in response. But there's no way, like, sort of like in the first game, how there's no way that Byakuya would ever become blackened because either he wouldn't do it at all, which is what happened, or he would have got Toko to do it instead on his behalf. So either way, even if he killed someone, it wouldn't be him doing it. In this case, well, this case and this game in general, Kokichi wouldn't, like, he'd get someone else to do it. And, like, he's a manipulative little fuck anyway, and he was spending so much time with Gonta, who's really gullible, so that really does put Gonta in a difficult spot.
Please, I prefer the term inordinately trusting.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's true. Also, I misread that. Like, I read all this line at once in, like, one mind breath, and just came out as, I want pancakes. Seems like a very Monotaro thing to say. There are 6 chapters plus a prologue and an epilogue, so 8 altogether, but like prologue and epilogue is like half a chapter each. So yeah, there are 6 cases, 6 trials.
And only 6.
Meow.
Sorry.
The flag is rising. Also, I'm clicking and nothing's happening. I mean, it depends if he touched her directly, or if he touched her in the real world. Like, it's
Oh,
only his
boy.
avatar that freezes. What if he gets up and goes like, ooh, boob, honk!
Oh,
What if he
right.
froze in real life from that?
I mean, isn't that exactly
So
how
long.
boobs work?
Farewell.
Meow.
What did you say?
Speaking from personal experience.
It's waving in the wind! It's taking about 50 clicks just to get through a text box now, which is fun.
Going to do his best.
This game does that sometimes. Angie was the first victim of Chapter 3,
Wow.
as was Tencroch, which I'm still tickled by. Expose? Are we just gonna get teleported to the shrine? Oh no, we have to walk there. Is Mew not coming? Lol, she dead.
Just drag her with us.
to just grab her by the face. Grab her by the boob and drag her body down the hallway. We must make the long walk through this maze of a school. It's an amazing arena, if you will. Ha ha! Ha! That does remind me of the, like, we haven't really had much in the way of, like, the courtrooms being decorated in this game so far. Like, we're 3 chapters in, they've all looked pretty samey. And yet,
Yeah, I actually haven't been able to tell if there was a difference.
And yet, in the first 2 games, yes, Lozzie, yes, you are. And yet, like, in the first 2 games, that was such a big thing. Each case has its own different aesthetic. And that's true of Chaos Potentia Est as well, or Lively Romper, or Not Romper, take your pick. They're all abbreviations for the same game. Because with that, all 6 of the courtroom themes are themed after Sonic levels, because I'm garbage trash.
Hey, it's fine. They themed so many after Sonic levels in the last game that, I mean, I do not in any way blame you for doing that.
Really? Really,
yeah,
to
we had
all of the
Casino
above?
Night Beta, and Chapter 5 had that crazy nighttime thing that was the background of Starlight.
Well, alrighty then.
Or Casino Night as well, if you, whatever. Or Genocide City. Didn't you even say that? You were like, it's going to be Genocide City. And then it's suddenly Genocide
Great to
City.
see.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm still not over Egypt. And that's
Unfortunately.
exactly 3 games ago at this point.
Well, that was the moment that we realized that you have a problem with this game.
Don't.
Yeah.
Hey,
But yeah, I don't remember if I can remember them, but certainly in Chaos Potentia Est, let's see. The first courtroom is Sunset Park, and I forget which game that's from because it's one of the ones I never play. Which one was Sunset Park, Heather?
What? Sunset Park was... Triple Trouble.
I only
Zone
chose
2.
it because it has good music anyway, and that's got nothing to do with the courtroom. Chapter 2 is Music
Actually-
Plant from Advance 2.
Yes.
What the
I mean, good.
What the fuck was Chapter 3? I know Chapter 3 was the fuck. Well, I know Chapter 4 is Haunted Ship from Rush Adventure. Chapter 5 is Amazing Arena from Chaotix. And Chapter 6 is Crystal Egg from the 8-bit version of Sonic 2, I think it is.
okay. You're right.
I mean, that's correct. It's just, I'm not fond of that one.
I mean, neither am I. I just like, it's crystals and cacti.
That's true.
And I've not been talking to people before the trial, so I could do that now to expound. But yeah,
Come on, man.
I know what Chapter 3 is, and I can't remember what the Chapter 3 courtroom looks like.
I mean,
Like, that's the chapter I've thought the least about since writing.
Get it?
It was also one of the ones he kind of, like, threw out there. So, yeah. Probably came to you naturally, and you're like, oh, I'll
You
figure out the
really don't
details
get
later.
it.
What is it even likely to have been?
Well, you know.
This is gonna bother me.
Huh?
Shut up.
Kokichi, get shat upon.
Please don't.
jeez.
Mucky roll.
Got it.
God, I would say they're Team Sonic as fuck. No, they're Harry Potter as fuck.
Well,
Kaito's Kaito shirt was just as bad as Kaito
I
himself.
believe in you.
The password was beef women!
Shuichi!
Thank you.
What a useful talent. There's no shame in not being an ultimate. Says the ultimate clairvoyant. Gone to daddy.
Going to do his best.
Has he really been barefoot this whole time? I've just not noticed. Because, like, look at those feet. Look at those big old footsies.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
How could
believe
anyone
in
miss
you.
those?
Meow.
Shuichi!
Kibo, you have a leg for a penis. Oh wait, no, it's just Himiko. I can tell if someone's fat or pregnant to 60% accuracy.
that's so mean.
Sometimes I convince my grandmother I'm not real.
Shuichi!
I know I'm quoting something and I don't know what it is.
You.
Maki being conscriptuous. Ramble, 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 ramble. It me, whenever I commentate. I remember the one time that Joth saw this, and she's just like, I don't like this. I wonder how Ultimate Programmer Joth would react to the class trial environment. Just bearing in mind, it doesn't appear as flamboyantly as this, but still.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That is still the goofiest thing in this game.
Somehow Heartbeat knew what I was referencing when even I don't know what I was referencing. It bothers me that this camera shot, like, the doors open, all the character sprites disappear. Bearing in mind, we're looking from Shuichi's point of view, and then that closes, but we're still looking from Shuichi's point of view, but he's in the lift. But we're not. Okay. Just because I know someone did a thing with audio, for, I guess it is from Parks and Rec then, using that audio with, like, drawings of Steven Universe characters, and just, I think it's like, Life with Lapis or something like that, and it's abusing. Because I do have at least a list of characters if I do make a sequel to Chaos Potentia Est, and that's fun, because I came up with ultimate talents and achievements for friending all of them as well. Like, coming up with achievements for, like, maxing out your free time events with them, that's just fun. I'm still too proud of, like, if you completely fill in Tess's report card, the achievement is called Deja Mew, and that's just the best pun.
I feel like that's what we should have been calling your clairvoyance this entire time.
I mean, it makes sense. And maybe you should, Heartbeat. Yeah, the courtroom just looks the same again. Welcome! Go ahead and stand behind any open point. What happened to assigned seating? Move your asses.
Why?
How dare you use his forgetfulness to befriend him? This isn't 50 First Dates. I don't watch films.
Really?
God, Monotaro, you're such a queg.
Anyway,
You can't spell Naegi without egg.
What?
You can peel the hope off the student to make some delicious chips.
Sounds amazing. Oh, you were referencing that. I was just thinking, yeah, no, that would be delicious. Crystallized
them.
hope, can you imagine?
You can't spell peel without P. I think I was going to mention this earlier. Like, I don't know what this is a reference to, but I seem to recall there being some sort of, like, meme or something where, like, why don't you drink beer? It look like pee. And also just Himiko's pose here is beautiful. Korekio giving no shits that he's dead. And Kaede front and center like a joke that's gone on for far too long. Protagonist as fuck. Why does Kokichi remind you of Yuki? Because... grab boob, fall over, tit and fall. ELP! I nearly forgot about ELP.
Oh, it's cheese!
Oh, there's trees! Anyway, I will view the handbook. I will view the windmill. And shall we do a quick casino moment before I let you fly off to the windmill and view the windmill? Plus, I believe that means that we get to see Monodam again. It's your boy. Now, how do I get coins again? I could just spend a whole fluff of fucks. I mean, I would thought at least 500, just so we can gamble something and have a fantastic time gambling. Oh, there's cheese!
Oh, there's cheese!
Like, there are a number of things I could do, like the slot machine, but, like... I want to hear the butt plug song. Okay, Lozzie, we're about to end anyway. I'll just bet 99. Oh, I could... Well, what's the difference here? Okay. Well then, I shall bet not the entire farm, but a number. Okay. I'm gonna see how badly this can go. Gamble like a Ludenberg. Hell yes. I can never remember the controls, so let's just hope for the best. Okay. Oh yes, we just run people over. I forgot about that part. Kill them all. In the face, with a car. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. Oh yeah, and if you hit Monodab, that's like a boost to your canoes. It makes your canoe go faster. There's a car! Oh, there's vehicles?
It's a canoe.
Canoe?
Canoe! There we go. And that's Australian. That's how you speak Australian.
Now, what noise do these things make when we run them over? Because it just sounds like groin.
Unfortunately, I can't hear. There's a pianist behind me, so...
Oh good, we have speed. Oh, there's speed! Hit everything with my speed.
Gotta go fast!
Must fast. Quick speed. Blue speed mouse. One size fits most.
In a jiffy.
Oh, I forgot about in a jiffy. I wonder if I still have that picture.
Please tell me you do, because I'm pretty sure I lost it. I'll find it again in our chats if I have to search all damn day for it.
If not, I did put it in an episode of Master Quest. I distinctly remember bringing it up whilst entering Kakariko Village. So just find an episode where it's fairly early in the series as well, I think. So, just Kakariko Village, hit the side of the road, touch tips with another car. Doink, groin, spleen, minefield. Okay, did I get a good scorsel? Grand Theft Ronpa? I got 3 boobs! That was not profitable at all. I mean, it was profitable, it just wasn't worth it. Well, that was fun. I should at least try the other games, like salmon fishing. I can fish for salmon. Now, how do the rules work? So it's just... Okay, so it is just the titty. You know the titty?
Ah, very well. 2 of them, in fact.
So it's I think it's the... Yeah, it's the Hangman's Gambit. Oh, right. Okay, I'd forgotten the buttons. Now I know the buttons. Okay, this makes sense. I get it now. It's like that god-awful minigame in Idle Springs in Spyro 2.
It's also basically the same thing as, like, one of the debate hangman moves.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm getting it. Also, we just have this model of Monokuma. They were about to collide and turn into a slightly bigger fish. Except that was the previous game. Oh, that's a mine. Oh, there's mines! See, I'm not actually putting that much effort into it, so... I'm probably not going to get a brilliant score. I'm just trying to have a fantastic time here.
Do it! Do it!
Probably not a brilliant score, but hey. Double A! I got batteries!
Whoa, what's with the rainbow-colored fish?
There was a rainbow fish?
Yeah.
Well, this might
Or,
be a thing.
not rainbow. It literally looks like bait just dropped in the water and swimming with the other fish.
You sure it wasn't a bomb?
There are bombs in when you go fishing. I'll have to remember that next time I decide to do a comfortable male pasta.
See, I'm just doing this out of curiosity. Like, I'm just gonna do 2 spins and I'll leave. I won't pull a Kaito. Okay, we got nothing yet. I shall move on. And I'm just ignoring the imagination excavation mind cha-cha over there. Like, to me, it's just more profitable to just play the game and just exchange the coins directly. So is there any prize that's worth getting before I end the Strimstram? Bondage!
That's definitely worth getting before you end the strap. Although the strap is bondage, so never end that.
Also, they have a gyroid, which is cool and good.
Besides, claws are better.
Now, is there anything in here that I would like to enjoy? Because there's some here that definitely are. See, this is one that I thought I'd bought like a couple of streams ago, so. Like, I think. Thing is, if I use that, does that count towards my white noise counter for the achievement? Is the thing. Now, I'm gonna get it anyway because it seems really useful. Okay, now I'm done. So I shall sign out from Strimstram, and even then, it's a relatively short-ass stream.
I'm impressed.
We investifarted and it was fine. And also, the A in extra, where it says extra menu, is just a Cyrillic D. We've been over this. I forget how the cold heart of hate translates, but just... In fact, that's another thing that I'm gonna go back through the, camera. Can you please? Oh, wait, I was gonna say, why is my camera not loading? Because it's too dark in my bedroom to actually see. You could just barely see. I'll put the light on in a moment. But 2 things. First of all, I'm gonna scroll back up through our messaging history. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. This is why you don't. It's just why you don't. And the other thing.
I'm gonna make my entire name out of other letters now, and I'm just gonna hurt you.
You will. You will hurt me. Anyway, I'm just opening the design document now just so that I can see what the fuck does the Chapter 3 courtroom look like. It's gonna bother me so many flavors. Also need to make sure that's not being streamed. It is Bingo Highway!
Ah, that's right, boy!
Why would it not be, of
course?
Chips? You mean potato chips?
Not those kind of chips, silly!
Beautiful. Anyway, on that note, this was Strimstram. And it's 10 o'clock at night. It's a reasonable time for me to end. It's so divine!
It's the only time that's gonna happen. If
Yeah,
you ever
probably.
want to start a stream, like, horrendously early, just let me know, I'll be there.
Will you, though?
Just tell me ahead of time, jeez, and I'll try not to make sure no one's with the thing. I woke up at, like, 11 today, even though I went to bed at 5 in the morning, so, you know, I'm doing better.
Yeah. Well, if you feel
It's
like
funny,
procrastinating, you can finish off
What?
writing the closing argument for Chapter 2. Just let me know how that's going. I genuinely, I want to be a part of that process insofar as I'm curious as to what's come to mind for the writing of that.
I will, as soon as I get to actually writing it out, because writer's block and room and blah, but we'll get there, don't worry.
Cool and good. Yeah, also you didn't die, that's nice.
Ah, yeah! Small plus. It's the small things we appreciate.
Well, for now, I've been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. I probably need to go and edit the next Patreon video. It's incredibly fighty, and I hope that it gets positive reception. Like, I hope that it, like, people watch it and, like, understand it and engage with it, and they don't just get offended because they'd rather get offended than try to understand where I'm coming from, because, like, it is a think for yourself piece rather than like, because people are just going to be like, oh, but it's easier to get offended over something I don't understand than it is to try and learn, and I feel like that's going to be the reaction to it, so I'm just hoping that it's received.
You're
well.
gonna have a ton of angry commenters. If I give this song a 9 out of 10, can get people like rearing to be like pissed at you for weeks, I'm sure that this will upset somebody, but usually the people who are super defensive about this kind of stuff are the people that this video should be addressed to, so you're fine.
Well, cool and good. I'm also hoping that it gets an amount of attention as well, because I know my videos are usually like nice and neutral and biased, and I'm hoping that a combination of that being not the norm for me, and also just the fact that like I'm being more provocative than usual, not in a like trying to get people to react kind of way, but just I'm actually making a stand for something for once. Like, I'm hoping that comes across. Like, I wanted to receive attention. Like, I do call out the BBC for their failures in there, but I call out everyone in the UK, so I'm hoping that if they see it, and then I apply for a job with them, they won't be like, oh, hey, you're that asshole who told us we were failing. Huh, good luck getting a job with us, buddy. Like, I'm hoping they don't view it that way, because
I don't think companies actually think along those lines. For all the fluff that everyone always throws that kind of way, I don't think there's that kind of weight on that stuff. You're fine.
I certainly hope so, because, like, as I stressed in the video, I want to tell people when they've fucked up, yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm not trying to make enemies. I just want people to grow and learn. Anyway, you could be saying your goodbyes while I turn the light on to prove that is, in fact, the bar's a light bulb.
My goodbyes. I don't have any hi cow, am cow, no.
No. Well, I'm going to put my shirt back on and then have cake, so it's a good evening for me, and from me as well. And we shall adjoin you in a future Strimstram and or video. Okay, one last thing before I go. This weekend, should I just straight up start my next Let's Play, or should I take a brief break and just focus on finishing A Hat in Time? Because I'm down with whatever.
I mean, I always go for variety, but not one to have a say in that, of course.
I guess
Tess, you know me. I'll eat up your videos no matter what.
No. Well, I'll start my next Let's Play on Sunday then, probably. And at some point, I would like to put together highlights reels of my various series, but I don't have the time to sit through all my old series again, so if other people want to do that, go right ahead. And I'm not gonna, like, I won't spoil directly, but I will say it's a sequel to something I've played before, and it will have been at least a year ago. Because, like, when I play sequels, I do like to have, like, a year's gap. So, like, I will Let's Play Sly 2, but not for a year. So, it's been at least a year since I last played a game in this series.
Okay, good.
And that's all I shall say on the matter. And
I know what it is.
Well, I shall end the stream. Feel free to hypothesize, but not you, Heather. I will ask you directly in a moment once we're no longer live. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Twitch reckons I've been streaming for 1 hour and 24 minutes for about 10 minutes now, so that's cool and good, and see you in the next one.